Raela is always right. Number 2, Raela is never wrong. Number 3, if you are in doubt, refer to number 1.
Okay.
So such loyalty had been proven.
Yes.
And it is something sometimes you ask some people that if you are Raila Odinga, what would you have done with certain people? What would you have done with them? In 2002, a man was elected from Kasipul called Engineer Pt1. He later died in 2005. And then there was Odoyo from there. Those people would have given Raila a very hard time because they were very independent in the way they used to do things. They would not say yes all the time. You see, if you look at those people you have counted, you go to their social media accounts, you are most likely going to find a pinned post. And that pinned post reads, Raela is always right. Number 2, Raela is never wrong. Number 3, if you are in doubt, refer to number 1.
Okay.
So such a person, in the absence of Raela, who will tell him what to do or how what to do? Because they used to say wherever Raela goes, they go. What will they do now that is not there? So they are going to find themselves in a very unfamiliar territories. Oh, there's a gentleman they have not mentioned there who made it to where he is almost singular, and that is Babu Owino.
Oh, he's mentioned here.
Oh, he's mentioned there.
Yes,
Even the choice of the constituency he was running in was informed by the fact that he would want to run against any wave that would want to stop him.
Okay.
And this stopping of politicians from progressing was only possible in purely Luo constituencies. And even within the Luo constituency, there are certain times that a politician may look like he would override the wave and move on. In the last general election, there is a constituency called Suba South. The person in Suba South then, the immediate former MP, was John Mbadi.
The CS for Treasury.
The CS for Treasury. He had moved on to vie for the governorship of Homa Bay County. Then a person was left there called Karoli Omondi. Karoli Omondi over the years had complained that he was being prevented from ascending to the MPship. But when the elections were nearing, he was already out of ODM going to independence. They called him and told him, move back to ODM and we will give you a direct ticket. Because if you left him with that independence and in the absence of Mbadi, he probably would have still won against the ODM party. And I think as a political party, you don't want that because that opens you to competition that is unnecessary. So such are also there. But when you are in a constituency that you cannot win on your own,
right,
then they will filter who really gets the ODM ticket. That is what happened in Luland throughout the period.
Okay.
People have looked at it, especially those who felt blocked out. But in retrospect, I think it was the thing that probably I would have done if I was in Raila Odinga's position. It's something people do quite often. I know even in corporate world, people don't want their deputies to be very strong people, to be people who are too independent to listen to them even when they have not spoken. That is what normally happens. There is also a composition of those constituencies. And when I say constituency, I mean even the county as a constituency of the governor. There has to be two things that will propel you to win in those constituencies, even when you have when you are not on ODM. One of them is the tribal composition of certain parts of such a constituency, like in Migori. Migori, we have a quarter of a constituency which is Luya, and two constituencies which is Kuria, and a large cosmopolitan area called Migori. So that already gives you some people who are about 30% independent of ODM capture. Then another factor which sometimes play is the nature of people who live in those constituencies. Muhoroni is by itself an immigrant area.
It's a settlement scheme.
It's a settlement scheme, correct word. Your vocabulary is bigger than mine. So
I live there, so I know.
yes. So people who have the capacity to move and resettle themselves elsewhere is not your ordinary hoi polloi in the streets. There are people whose understanding is a little bit higher. And then you find Muhoroni is also a settlement scheme with the sugar mills, so they are also working force there. So is to Kisumu east of Shakil, and so is to west of Olago. But if you go into a completely inland, lowland constituency like Ndewa, Kasipul, Karachuonyo, you can't, even if you brought enough money, you can't. Because the Odingaism now becomes cultic. It's like a taboo to go against it. Yesterday I was speaking to a 26-year-old girl, and she told me she grew up believing that Baba was immortal. And she also told me that the mother have not eaten since Baba died. And she also told me their TV has been off since Baba died. The mother has refused that TV must not be put on. She doesn't want to be reminded that Baba has actually passed on. It takes a very clear head to see Baba as a living human being capable of falling sick. When people, including very senior politicians in Lowland, were still denying Baba was not sick, I went on my knees and made a prayer for him, which went viral. I'm sure it must have reached city. Because when you are sick, I know you are sick. You know,